Hi, I'm John Weeks, and this is the Standard's Tech and Science Daily podcast. Coming up, how Elon Musk is changing likes on X. But first, we all know about the plans to one day send humans to Mars. But new research suggests how human organs react to being in space could put a spanner in the works.
So things like your reproductive tract, your intestines, kidneys, other visceral organs, we haven't really looked at those, and we're particularly concerned about those organs that have a regenerative capacity. So your stomach lining is constantly replacing, your skin is constantly being shed, bone marrow or stem cells that create your blood, or those that don't have regenerative capacity like the kidney, the heart and the brain. We're particularly concerned about them because you're going to be exposed to quite significant amounts of radiation on a trip into deep space.
That's Keith Siew, a senior research fellow at University College London, who's been involved with research into how kidneys specifically cope in space.
We've known for a while that astronauts get kidney stones. What's been a little bit less clear is exactly how and why they get them. It's been mostly attributed to the bone loss you see in space, so you lose about 1% bone mass per month. But we found that there might be the kidney itself changing structure and function, and that might be contributing towards it. So that's one of the main findings of our paper.
A team of researchers led by UCL found that both human and animal kidneys are remodelled by the conditions in space, with specific parts of the organs showing signs of shrinkage after less than a month off-planet. And Keith said another huge risk factor for the human body in space is the radiation we're normally protected from here on Earth.
Looking at galactic cosmic radiation, this is exotic space radiation that you get. About 1% of it's made up of atoms as big as iron travelling at the speed of light come from exploding stars in the galaxy going through your body. And this is particularly damaging to the kidneys. And we found in animals exposed to simulated galactic cosmic radiation that they were showing signs of dysfunction and damage.
One surprising fact that came from the research is that women appear to be better suited to deal with longer-term deep space missions, but Keith says we're not sure exactly why yet.
Some of the psychological studies have found, actually, that's the more interesting stuff, that if you're cooped up in a rocket for about 9 months on a one-way trip, an all-female crew is going to get on much, much better than all males. They psychologically fare better. In terms of the biology, we know there are things, for example, like estrogen is somewhat protective for cardiovascular disease, and so cardiovascular implications might be less in women. The eyesight changes that we see, the blood pressure shifts, there's differences there. So exactly why it's happening, unclear, but it is.
A survey suggests 1 in 5 children in the UK get their political news from TikTok, and more than 70% can't name their local MP. 2,008 to 17-year-olds were surveyed by Opinium in February in England and Wales, and 39% said they don't understand what politicians do. It found that just over half said their family was a source of political information, 41% said television news, and 25% said they get their information from YouTube. The survey was carried out ahead of a children's vote before the general election. 80,000 are signed up to take part in the vote, set up by a coalition of organisations, including Save the Children, Girl Guiding and Young Citizens, and results are expected to be announced on the 28th of June. Scientists have discovered a brand new species of vegetarian piranha in a river in the Amazon and have given it a name inspired by a famous character by writer J.R.R. Tolkien.
It has this very distinctive vertical bar at the centre of the fish that runs down, and it essentially looks like the Eye of Sauron in the movie The Lord of the Rings.
Simon Loader is the principal curator in charge of vertebrates at the Natural History Museum. He said the new species is a close relative of the piranha, known as a pacu, and it's only found in the Xingu River, a tributary of the Amazon River. Simon told us how they know the fish has a vegetarian diet.
They have teeth that some people have described as being more, shall we say, human-like, and that reflects the kind of variation of teeth that we have in our mouth. So in these pacus, they have teeth that are shaped that allows them to process vegetable matter.
It's estimated 42% of the fish within the Amazon are unknown to science. And Simon said it's a big part of the Natural History Museum's work to find more undiscovered species.
There is an extraordinary number of species there, so you could imagine that there is a large number of species that await description. So whatever is there now, at least double it, and if not, a lot more. And specifically for things like piranhas, the work outlined in this study highlighted that lack of understanding and that there are many new species awaiting description.
Coming up, a man who lost 4 of his fingers is fitted with a hero gauntlet, and Elon Musk confirms X will start hiding likes on posts. Stay up to date with the latest tech and science news. Hit follow during the break. Welcome back. Researchers from the University of Exeter have recorded evidence of what's being called an insect migration superhighway. Using cameras and butterfly nets, they found over 17 million insects migrate each year through a single mountain pass on the border between France and Spain. It's a 30-metre gap between 2 high peaks in the Pyrenees, and the team visited the pass each autumn for 4 years, monitoring the vast number and variety of day-flying insects heading south. The migrating insects actually begin these journeys further north in Europe, including the UK, but the researchers warned that due to the climate crisis and habitat loss, they're thought to be declining. A former lorry driver who lost all 4 fingers on his right hand in a work accident has been fitted with a new 3D printed bionic hand called a Hero Gauntlet by UK company Open Bionics. 52-year-old Michael Altheme is the first person in the world to get the device outside of prototypes, which allows him to grip and hold things. The Hero Gauntlet has 3D printed fingers, which strap onto his palm and are controlled by Michael's wrist motion. He said that he was able to hold a shopping basket with the Hero Gauntlet and use his other hand to load groceries. He also plans to use the device when fishing, going on bike rides, and doing DIY. And finally, Elon Musk has confirmed reports that his social platform X will start hiding likes on posts to help users protect their public image. Reports suggest the social media giant would imminently start rolling out the change, with the billionaire posting a link to one such report and confirming the change was incoming. Mr. Musk said making them private was important to allow people to like posts without getting attacked for doing so. You're up to date. Come back at 4 o'clock and search for the Standard Podcast for the latest news and analysis. We're back tomorrow afternoon at 1. See you then.